Aidan O'Connell's among the most impressive players of the 2023 NFL Draft. He went from a walk-on to a potential franchise quarterback. So, without further ado, let's check out his insane life story. Going back in time. While growing up in Chicago, Aidan was a born leader. In fact, he had a natural talent for football. But here's the catch. The player wanted to make it big in baseball. Then, junior high came and he found himself playing basketball. It wasn't until high school that he fully switched to football. He put his natural skills to test and the results were marvelous. Mind you, he helped his school Stevenson ace the 2014 Class AA state championship. No wonder the win made him head over heels for football. Back in the day, Aidan had a strong connection with his buddy Charlie Jones. And you know what? Fate brought Charlie to Purdue University and later the Cincinnati Bengals as a rookie wide receiver. Crazy, right? Coming back to Aidan's time in high school, he was the star of Stevenson High. Now, you'd be surprised to know that he got some amazing quarterback tips from Jeff Christensen, who is a true master when it comes to slinging footballs. In fact, he trained big names like Jimmy Garoppolo and Kirk Cousins. So, Aidan started training with Christensen when he was just 13. And in a surprising turn of events, an article from 2021 had his trainer saying that when it came to throwing a football, O'Connell was right up there with Garoppolo himself. Despite his impressive skills, things weren't always easy for Aidan, especially early on. The thing is that he was stuck on the sidelines and couldn't get his chance to shine as a quarterback. You might be wondering why. That's because another player named Jack Sorensen, a former Miami, Ohio player, snatched the spotlight from him. But Aidan didn't lose hope and continued to give his best on the football field. In fact, he smashed records left and right, throwing for a whopping 2,741 yards and 26 touchdowns. Suddenly, he wasn't just an average player. He was being considered as a star in the making and one of the top quarterbacks in all of Chicago. Well, you know what they say. Legends don't always get the perfect Hollywood ending right away. And that's what happened with Aidan. Despite his impressive high school performance, he lost several chances to get recruited. You see, he was a bit of a late bloomer when it came to the quarterback game, and a lot of colleges has already picked their guys. Now, he had a tough decision to make. So, he took a leap and decided to commit to Wheaton College, which is a Division III program located about 45 minutes away from Chicago. Let me tell you that his older brother, Patrick, would transfer there after playing at Ball State. Obviously, it was a big decision, as Aidan had to choose between following in his brother's footsteps or taking a shot at a Division I team, for which he'd have to face the best players in the country. But a few hundred miles west to West Lafayette, Indiana, something game-changing was about to happen. Actually, the head coach at Purdue, Coach Brian Brom, was informed about Aidan O'Connell. Someone tipped off Brom about Aidan's serious skills and how he was worth a shot as a walk-on player. So how did Aidan manage to convince Brom? Well, O'Connell was lucky enough that one of his friends knew Brom, and during a pit stop during driving to the NFL Combine in 2017, he dropped by to see Jeff Brom. He spilled the beans about Aidan's talent and went as far as to say he was as good as Jimmy Jade. According to Brom, the anonymous friend also added that O'Connell had the it factor that all the best players have. Little did he know just how spot on he was about that. Moving on. Brom revealed that when O'Connell came for the early visit in 2017, the staff didn't have extensive information about him. Well, he started the season at the 8th or 9th spot on the quarterback list. I mean, he was practically in the shadows. But this served as a motivation for him to put even more hard work in. Coach Brom shared that Aidan had this crazy work ethic that was hard to ignore. Mind you, the player would stay back after practice to practice the extra throws, and then he'd spend the time studying the film for his mistakes. On Sundays, the younger players were given extra time and Aidan would always throw the ball with accuracy. Even when he was way down the pecking order, you wouldn't hear a single complaint escape his lips. Nope, he was all about keeping his head down and putting in the hard work. To be honest, let's not sugarcoat it, because it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for the player. He admitted that everything was a huge challenge in the start because he faced a lot of discouragement. Still, he kept his spirits high and embraced the whole fake it till you make it motto. Yep, he stuck to the game and just kept hustling. And oh boy, did it pay off big time. Okay, I know he didn't see the field in 2017 and 2019, but things took a surprising turn in 2019. Here's what went down. Elijah Sindelar suffered an injury and had to be sidelined. And guess who stepped up? Yep, Aidan O'Connell. Now, it started with a bit of a mop-up duty behind Jack Plummer during Penn State and Illinois games. But then, Plummer surprisingly got sidelined too, and it was Aidan's time to shine. In 2021, the Boilermakers were trailing 27-24. Of course, the pressure was on, but Aidan jumped in to save the day. He completed 6 out of 7 passes for a solid 62 yards, and then with just 1 minute left on the clock, David Bell swooped in for the winning score with a reverse play. Not only did they win the game, but it was a life-changing moment for Aidan. The following week, something even better happened. In fact, O'Connell got to live out a childhood dream. Basically, he led Purdue to a 24-22 victory against Northwestern. And the cherry on top, he did the amazing feat in front of his family and friends. As for his stats, he completed a whopping 34 out of 50 passes for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns in his very first start. Fast forward to the COVID-delayed 2020 season, Aidan was ready to rock the field yet again. But there was a fierce showdown between Aidan and Plummer to take that starting spot. O'Connell came on the top and led his team to an impressive victory over Iowa and Illinois. But in a match against Northwestern, he ended up hurting his toe and had to take the rest of the remaining season off. Now, let's talk about the 2021 season. When Plummer and Aidan had to fight it out again this time around, Plummer snatched the spot. Obviously, O'Connell was disappointed. He didn't let this taint his bond with his fellow quarterback. Eventually, Plummer decided to pack his bags and transfer to University of California, Berkeley. There, he started the first 3 games of the 2021 season. But when things got tough against Illinois, Aidan had to step onto the field. Over the next 5 games, he averaged a whopping 372 yards per game with a jaw-dropping 18 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Yeah, you heard that right. His standout moments included a mind-blowing 536-yard performance against Michigan State and a cool 423-yard showdown against Northwestern at none other than Wrigley Field. But what's even more impressive is how he wrapped up the season with a nail-biting 48-45 victory against Tennessee. The best part? He was named second team All-Big Ten by both conference coaches and media. Coming to the 2022 season, it was pretty interesting. He turned up the heat against Indiana State and Syracuse. But then, he got sidelined due to an injury, and later we found out that his brother had passed away. After missing a few games, he still showed up for the Big Ten championship game against Michigan. Although the game might not have gone exactly how they hoped, it's a huge deal that Aidan even played. During his time with Purdue, he played a total of 33 games. In that time, he's left an incredible mark, becoming the school's record holder for completion percentage, passing efficiency, and 500-plus yard games. Honestly, he's a top 5 Titan in almost every category. Now, with his college eligibility maxed out, he's got his eyes on the big leagues. In fact, he's declared himself for the 2023 NFL Draft, and the buzz is likely to be a late-round pick. What's more, Derek Carr occupied the Raiders' quarterback thrones for almost a decade. But with his departure, Aidan's ready to claim the number 4 jersey. Now, besides his professional life, people have also been curious about his life off-field, particularly about his wife, Jael O'Connell. Reportedly, the couples first met at the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and within no time, they tied the knot in July 2022. Just like Aidan, Jael's got her own journey, and it's impressive. She earned her bachelor's degree in speech, language, and hearing sciences from Purdue University. Right now, she's got her eyes on a master's degree in human resource management at the Cranner School of Management at Purdue. Now, what's heartwarming is the fact that her plans align with Aidan, who's aiming to boost his NFL prospects. There you have it. That was all you needed to know about Aidan O'Connell's life.